from Pasadena-based Funktronic Labs. These folks have numerous projects under their belts, especially in the world of VR, and their founders are indie superstars, having formerly worked on the Pixel Junk series at Q Games before they left to found their own studio. Artfully blending several genres and visual styles together, please behold Scramble Knights Royale.
Hi everyone, my name is Eddie Lee. I'm the co-founder of Funktronic Labs. We are a studio based here in Los Angeles, California. You might know us from some cool VR titles such as Cosmic Trip, Fuji, and most recently The Light Brigade. But today we wanted to announce for the very first time ever the world premiere debut of our game, Scramble Knights Royale. It's a battle royale game with a classic adventure game twist. When you start off each match in Scramble Knights Royale, you all start off on a boat with 30 to 40 other online players, but instead of the cliche coming down from the sky, you instead surf on a cute little turtle where you make your way onto land. And when you start off on the beach, you are essentially naked, you don't have any equipment, and it's up to you to find weapons, to loot dungeons, to solve puzzles, to fight bosses, acquire better gear. You can also upgrade your gear at the blacksmith, and you can also buy magical secondary abilities at the shop as well. As the ring closes, other online players who are on their own separate adventures all get kind of put together, and it turns into an intense PvP online combat experience. So the game itself might look cute and charming. We opted in for this cute clay aesthetic, but don't be deceived. The game itself has a very, very deep level of combat. It's very easy to get into. It has this classic adventure fighting game feel, but also very, very difficult to master. You're able to do things like dodge, you can roll, shield, parry, combo attacks, lunging attacks, smash attacks, charge attacks. We want the player to just have a high level of expressivity and fight the way they want to fight. We have the classic solo queue, but you can also squad up with your friends online and have duo queues. And you can also do local split screen, which means that you and your friends on a couch can play together on the same device against other online players as well. So Scramble Knights Royale is coming in 2026 to both PC and Xbox consoles. And we're having a closed playtest actually very soon. And to enter, all you need to do, come to our Steam page, click the Enter Playtest button, also wishlist the game while you're at it, and we'll notify you when we have our upcoming playtest. Don't be a chicken, sign up for the playtest, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
All right, let's slow it down, chill it out. Our next title asks you to take in the vibes and appreciate the details. With their previous titles, Studio Mography Games is no stranger to action and tension. With their upcoming title, they show their versatility by gifting us a world defined by what you can see in the stillness. Enjoy this gaze into Myria.
Hi, I'm Ethan Weiss. Mography is an indie studio based in Florida with team members and artists from all over the US and the UK. You may know us from our previous title, Jenny LeClue, Detective-oo. We showed Jenny LeClue at Day of the Devs in San Francisco over 10 years ago, and the game went on to launch as an Apple Arcade inaugural title. Since then, we've been working on several new projects, and today we are thrilled to present the world premiere of our next game, Myria. Myria is an atmospheric, casual puzzle game. Players navigate a strange, cryptic world that blurs the line between dream and reality. Using inspection and memory, players will uncover hidden anomalies between mirrored worlds. An immersive experience with hauntingly gorgeous illustrations, Miria is the vision of 3D artist and illustrator Carl Burton. Carl's art has been featured in the New York Times, the New Yorker, This American Life, and Serial podcasts, and his first game, Islands, Non-Places, was an Independent Games Festival finalist, and Miria shares its eerie beauty. Miria reimagines the simplicity of Spot the Difference games with mysterious, handcrafted environments. Each area is replayable with unique solutions every time. Completing levels unlocks new biomes, each revealing a world steeped in quiet atmosphere and ambient mystery, all carried by a procedural soundscape that draws players deeper into these contemplative spaces. It's a game that invites players to explore quiet, cozy, yet uncanny fragments of reality in beautiful and unsettling spaces. A demo for Miria is available right now on Steam, so wish list, and keep an eye out for Miria when it launches in 2026.
Coming up, a new title from Luckshot Games, a collection of developers distributed around the US, Germany, the Netherlands, and New Zealand, and creators of Sausage Sports Club. Their newest title takes steps away from floppy four-legged friend fights towards flippery frog-filled festivities. This is Big Hops.
Hey, I'm Chris. I directed a game called Big Hops. It's about a little frog in a big world trying to get home. I want to tell you a little bit about the backstory. Back in the 20-teens, a lot of games were coming out focused on emergent design. Breath of the Wild, Spelunky, RimWorld, and I was really jealous. As a player, my favorite genre is 3D platformers, and it felt like everybody was too scared to make a game in this genre, and that was frustrating. So I just started building one myself. First, I picked a gimmick that I thought would be a good base to build around. That's Hop's tongue. It's great for puzzles, swinging around, grabbing items, and even lockpicking. Next, we built a deep movement system that balances openness and constraints, so your choices matter and exploration stays rewarding. You can climb, wall run, ride minecarts, and a lot more. There's even a few special parts of the game where gravity gets weird. Things got really exciting when we added veggies. These are tools you can use anywhere, in any combination, to build paths through the world. As you find veggies, you can keep them in Hop's backpack for quick access no matter what you're doing. When these three elements come together, they really become more than the sum of their parts. The result is a game that feels rich and deep, has surprising moments that are the result of your choices as a player, and the occasional feeling of brokenness that's rare in games but is really fun. It turns out the reason nobody makes this kind of game is that it's hard. And after 6 years in the mines, our team is ready to share what we've found with you. I'm so excited to announce Big Hops is coming out January 12th, 2026.
15 years ago, Adam Saltzman released Cannibalt and showed that small, retro-looking packages could have interesting and innovative ideas for a modern audience. Now he's back with a new collection of retro-inspired titles created in Pico 8. Corgi Space collects a year of original games full of new ideas, strange reveals, and unexpected delights.
My name is Adam Saltzman, and I'm a game designer and creative director. And for the last year or so, I've been working on a collection of new 8-bit games. It's called Corgi Space because all the games have short legs on purpose.
Congratulations! The maniacs at Finji are sending a treasure trove of video games straight to your hard drive. Welcome to Corgi Space! Don't you miss when games had tiny graphics and even sound? Corgi Space, a collection of arcade games where the fun is endless.
For the last 15 years, I've been working on pretty massive indie games at Finji, including Overland, Night in the Woods, Tunic, and Usual June. But I used to make tiny games like Cannonball mostly on my own. And this year, I've been having a super good time getting back into that. When I started making little games again last fall, I was not thinking about making a collection. I just wanted to make some small games with easy controls and maybe a few surprises. The first one, Rat Dreams, is a Souls-like where instead of walking, you have to dodge roll everywhere, which shouldn't work, but totally does. Rat Dreams was so fun to make, I just kept going. I made one called Dust Settlers, which is a Tetrisy game about terraforming planets. Then I made Skeleton Gelatin, which is a Metroidvania with no upgrades or even jumping. There's Kuiper Cargo, where you get this run-based upgrade arc, even though it's a falling block puzzle. There's also Dino Sort, which is a logic puzzle with these Zoosim mechanics, and Prince of Prussia is about stabbing Nazis, but in a fun, new way. There's also Vampire vs. Pope Army, Bandit Accountancy, Dust Bunny, some exploding moles, a little mushroom farming, and a few grappling hooks. And no secrets. Basically, Corgi Space is a year of games from me to you. Corgi Space is out now on Steam and itch.io, and I hope you have as much fun playing these games as I did making them.
Get out of meat space and jump in to Corgi Space! Your new favorite collection of video games, available now.
You might remember the 90s movie Face Off between Dante's Peak and Volcano, but weirdly, no one's ever made a Volcano game before. From the makers of the Invincible, which, by the way, has some of the best key art ever made for a game, comes an experience unlike anything we've ever played before.
Hi, I'm Michael Obwoy, Marketing and Business Development Manager here at Starward Industries, a studio based in Krakow, Poland. You might know us from The Invincible, a story-driven sci-fi adventure game inspired by the works of Stanisław Lem. Today, we want to show you something very different, yet strangely close to home. Into the Fire is our upcoming Cataclysm Extraction survival game set on a volcanic island moments before its total collapse.
I've seen it, felt it. This fierce anger, ruthless curse. And I didn't protect her. If she's alive, we've got a chance.
Hey, I'll find her.
Hi, my name is Michal Napora, and I'll be your guide today through the world of Into the Fire. There's no easy way in, no clear direction. You can already feel how unstable everything is. Sometimes going inside can be safer, at least for a moment. We face a massive blaze, we can use our primary weapon, the water hose, or switch to something heavier, like the extinguisher shotgun. We also have water bombs, They're extremely useful when you need to create a temporary safe path through fire without draining your water tank. The shouting mechanic becomes critical. Each shout gives you a clue about where to go next. But the longer we stay, the worse it gets, which means that the fire spreads faster. The time is really against you. Once again, the world reacts dynamically. Paths can be created and vanished in seconds. Exploration, however, has its rewards. Here, we just found another foam grenade. Good, because we were running low. After searching through the ruins, we locate a survivor.
I want to live. Please.
Now we need to get her out safely. Of course, when everything seems to finally go smoothly, the fire demons appear.
Oh, this is really happening. Oh, fuck!
They're part of the world's mystery, shaped by the island's mythology.
This is just a glimpse of what's coming to Into the Fire. In the early access release, planned for the first half of 2026, you will explore new volcanic regions, meet the survivors in the old station hub, and uncover myths hidden beneath the ash. We invite you to join our Discord server, where you will soon be able to take part in the playtests and help us shape the final game before its release.
Seeking salvation, step toward it. Walk into the fire.
Are you a dog person? Well, after playing our next title, you might just be converted. This creative, cuddly collaboration comes from a melding of two Australian studios, Studio Folly and Toot Games. Apart, they've made Gubbins and My Arms Are Longer Now. Together, they've made the delightful, adorable Dogpile.
Listen, I just think that maybe there's too many.
What do you mean?
I think there might be too many dogs. They're sort of everywhere. I think they might be disrupting the workflow.
Hi, I'm Darcy.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Jess.
And we make a team called Foot.
It is a collaboration between Studio Folly and my company, Toot Games.
We're based here in Naarm, Melbourne, and we made a cute little game for you to enjoy.
I'd describe Dogpile as a combination of merge mechanics and roguelike gameplay.
It's a simple premise. When two of the same dog touch, they combine to make an even bigger dog. Keep combining dogs, don't overflow the yard, and eventually you'll win the game.
But then to make it a bit weirder and more our speed, we have given it all these weird and wonderful roguelike mechanics.
Dogs in Dogpile can have gameplay modifying effects that can be good or bad. One of the good traits is friendly, which allows two dogs in the yard that could make a match want to find each other.
An example of a bad trait is the curated trait, where a dog can't merge for a couple of hands. You need to keep playing dogs, and it blocks merges.
In Dogpile, you can build a wonderful deck of dogs that you drop into the yard, and you can use dog tags, which change the whole way that the game works, creating synergies, adding traits and abilities to your dogs. An example of the dog tag that we love is called Friendly Folds, which makes every pug in the game friendly, so it wants to match with every pug in the game. And another tag that you can synergize with it is called Pug Life, that turns every dog smaller than a pug into a pug, which means that you just have a pug factory going.
We riffed and jammed to try and make the dogs as funny and as lovable as possible. They're all frame by frame animated, all of the colors make Dogpile just a delightful space to be in.
So if you like the look of Dogpile, then I have some good news for you, because it is out today, right now. That's right, it has dropped live on Steam right now. So go get it.
Like a sinister Wreck-It Ralph, discover the secret life of arcades in this opus from a 25-year-old solo dev based in the Netherlands. You'll never look at your Tamagotchi the same way again.
Mark, and I'm a solo indie game developer, and I'm excited to show you what I've been working on. It's called Unshine Arcade. Unshine Arcade blends action roguelike gameplay with an overarching psychological horror story. You're stuck in an abandoned arcade with a few machines like a claw machine, a virtual pet, and a stealth shooter arcade machine, where you play as a little frog in a UFO, fighting off various alien enemy bugs, with a bunch of different upgrades that come in the form of gacha balls. This can range from offensive upgrades, defensive upgrades, movement upgrades, or even new weapons, without pretty much any limits. And as you try to progress further towards the strange question mark, you also win tickets. Tickets you can then use in the mysterious first-person arcade to find new upgrades, discover secrets, and most importantly, figure out what this virtual pet thing wants from you. Because the more you discover, the more you figure out something pretty messed up happened here. And you're gonna want to try to escape this place. And this virtual pet might be the only thing that can help, for better or for worse. So take care of it well. Make sure you keep winning enough tickets, or you might regret it. To get a glimpse of the world of Unshine Arcade, you can play the demo right now as of today on Steam.
Moomin is a sensation in Scandinavia, Japan, and growing in popularity globally. You may remember Snufkin from Hyper Games a few years ago. Well, the Swedish dev is back with a sequel, and it's even more delightful than the original.
Hi, I'm Carolina. I'm one of the game designers at Hyper Games. We released Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley last year, and now we're working on a new cozy adventure game about Moomin Troll himself. Ha! When Moomin Troll wakes up early from his winter hibernation, he finds himself completely alone for the very first time in a strange, cold world that he doesn't recognize. You play as Moomin Troll, who's trying to get familiar with the cold and uncomfortable winter season, but who grows stronger and more independent through helping others. If you're not familiar with the Moomin franchise, it's a wonderful world created by the Finnish author and artist Tove Jansson 80 years ago. These cozy but melancholic stories have captured the hearts of millions worldwide in the form of books, comics, TV shows, and much more. There are even theme parks and Moomin shops all around the world. The stories are usually centered around themes of friendship, love, and inclusion, with whimsical and humoristic characters, but also with serious topics and themes that are as relevant today as it was in the 40s. Our game is mostly based on the book Moominland Midwinter, and it's a slightly darker and more introspective experience, though it's still keeping everything very cozy and family-friendly. If you're excited about our game, we have some amazing news for you, because right now we are releasing a bite-sized demo on Steam, meaning that you can get your hands on a small, free playable version on our Steam page. In this small demo, you get to meet one of our favorite characters, the poor dog Soryu, who thinks he's a wolf. He went into the woods to find his pack, only to be harshly rejected. Please remember to wishlist our game on Steam, and thank you so much.
In their heyday, character platformers ruled the entire games industry. These games clearly made a huge impact on players, with numerous indie developers creating new titles inspired by these classics, leading to a bit of an indie renaissance in the genre. One of the best examples of this is Demon Turf, which we've highlighted in prior shows. Well, now the team is back to share more details on the upcoming sequel, Demon Tides, which is coming very soon.
Let's do this.
This next one's from Panic Stations, a developer comprised of a bunch of humans who made a little game called Fall Guys. You'll see the inspiration, but you'll also see some innovations. 2 words, tongue fun.
Hi, I'm Oliver. I'm one of the founding members of Panic Stations.
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm a designer here at Panic Stations.
A brand new studio making multiplayer, physics-driven, slapstick games.
Our first game that we're making is called Frog Squad. Frog Squad is a kind of co-op, multiplayer, silly physics game where you and your frog friends are going to be delving down into the sewers to solve physics puzzles and collect as much food as you can to feed the Swamp King.
You have to bring back a certain amount of calories every day to please the king. Otherwise, you'll be on the menu instead. We want to make a game that is like an engine for silly and stupid things to happen while you play.
Yeah, we want the game to be funny if you mess up as well and not too punishing. We don't want you waiting for 10 minutes just because you've fallen down a hole. When you eat food as a frog, you grow in size, and this makes you stronger and more powerful throughout the level. And if you eat enough food, you transform into the Mega Frog. But if you feel like you're too big and you want to shrink to fit through small gaps or for certain puzzles, you can kind of vomit and regurgitate your food back out, which is as disgusting as it sounds.
The game's not just about puzzles though. We've also got great platforming. Every frog has got a long sticky tongue, which is your main way of interacting with the world.
Hang from ledges, swing from the sewer pipes above you, and even kind of grab one of your friends and pull them back and create overly elaborate elasticated slingshots to launch them across the chasms that you can find in the sewers below.
Be careful not to get lost in the winding pipes of the sewers. The sewers are procedurally generated, so every time you go in, it'll be different.
But the kind of further you push down into the sewers, the more food you can bring back and the more gold you'll get.
Each run will get more and more difficult as the Swamp King demands more and more food. Frog Squad is coming out on Steam next year, and soon we'll have a playtest. Join our Discord to talk with us about the game.
Please make sure you wishlist on Steam and hit the follow button while you're there for updates.
We'll see you soon in Frog Squad.
Crack it.
Crack it.
Everyone born.
Yeah, there you go, Drew.
Take it home.
Oh my god. I've been chasing you.
Oh, what a shot.
God, where's that come from?
This next game from Alien Trap, who hail from Toronto, my hometown, is giving Minecraft. But if you look a little deeper, you'll find a serious co-op survival with so much nuance that you could get lost in it for years.
Hi, I'm Lee from Alien Trap Games, and here's a first look at Astromine, our co-op survival title that we're going to be releasing next year. Astromine is a survival game set in a fully destructible voxel solar system. Every planet, creature, and structure is made of voxels with physics, and you can freely fly between large planets in an open solar system. You and your friends play as a team of robots sent to conquer the solar system. You have to land on planets, extract resources, build bases and craft vehicles, fight off alien creatures, and conquer rival robot factions. Everything is based on physics, so when extracting from a tree, you'll be cutting it down into thousands of individual wood pieces. When you dig into planets, you'll be using mining tools, drills, and demolition charges. When you mine a rock, you're actually going to be cutting the rock out of the ground, and you'll need to haul it back to your base to refine. All of the alien creatures are also physical. To beat them, you'll have to blast through their flesh piece by piece until you destroy the core that controls them. And once they're down, you can extract their flesh to use as your own materials. Each planet has its own large alien boss encounter, huge fights that span the globe and change the landscape as they happen. To defend yourself on the planet, you'll have to build a base. Everything you build is made out of voxels that can physically connect together. What materials you use matters. A wooden outpost might catch fire or collapse under structural stress, while a stone bunker can better guard against attacks. You also need to manage power. Solar panels, generators, and batteries can be linked together to supply energy to your base. Everything that runs, turrets, force fields, refining machines, crafting stations, all draw from the same power. But the real challenge on planets is the other robot factions competing for the same resources. Taking down their bases means destroying their power networks, cutting off shields, defenses, and production. You can breach through their walls with a laser cutting tool, then take down their respawn stations. Or just fire enough explosions from above to destroy their base. We're planning to release Astromine on Steam Early Access next year, but you can sign up to playtest right now and help us develop it.
Cappy Games has a long history of making beautiful, thoughtful, and unique games. Just yesterday, they announced their next title, Find Your Words, and here today we're joined by creators John and Vic to learn about how their shared experience of raising non-speaking children has influenced and informed making this game.
Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Vic from Cappy Games.
We're the creators of Find Your Words.
The path to community comes in many shapes. Sometimes it looks like lending a hand to a new friend. Sometimes it looks like inspiring a budding artist. A game about the ways we communicate beyond speech.
Find Your Words is a short, free, cozy game about making new friends. You play as a non-speaking child on their first day of summer camp.
The child is introduced to a new communication tool for the first time.
For Find Your Words, we chose a communication binder where players combine symbols together to form short phrases.
You'll use this communication binder to have conversations and make friends.
As you communicate with characters, you'll learn about them and join in their favorite activities. You might inspire a budding artist, play hide and seek, or even try a new hobby.
As players explore the scenic grounds of Camp House, they collect new symbols to add to their communication binder. They build messages by combining symbols together. The inspiration for this game came from two dads who are obsessed with their sons. John and I have been working together for decades. Outside of professional meetings, we would have our own meetings just to gush about our kids.
Both our kids grew up non-speaking, and that is something that has connected us as parents. It's been really great having someone to share the celebrations, the challenges.
Increase your profit and work less time with Kiddle, a genius new AI tool which is perfect for print on demand. You can conquer any niche you choose, all you need is a good idea, which Kiddle will help you bring to life in just minutes, using highly customizable templates and assets, as well as the power of AI which is trained for this type of work. Kiddle is totally free to try, so click the link and make an account in a matter of seconds and test it out for yourself.
And these unique experiences as a parent to a non-speaking child.
We're not experts in the field of AAC, augmentative and alternative communication. We've met with consultants, done a lot of learning as a team, and spent a ton of time overthinking how to represent our kids and their friends in the game. We're super proud of what we've built, but what we have is just a snapshot of AAC representation. Find Your Words will be available for free with an optional supporter edition on PC 2026. At the heart of the game is our hope that players learn a little more about the different ways we connect as humans beyond speech.
Created by two dads, inspired by their kids' non-speaking journeys. Find Your Words.
You know, Day of the Devs is not the only charity in the games biz trying to make a go at it. Our friends at the Video Game History Foundation have been doing amazing work over the last many years, and we wanted to help them out. They archive the video game industry. No one else is doing it quite like them. And so we thought, hey, let's collaborate. We've teamed up with them to help release a game called Excavator 2025, a finished version of a never-before-seen, long-lost game from legendary programmer Chris Oberth. Originally developed by Incredible Technologies, the company behind coin-op classics like Golden Tee Golf, Big Buck Hunter, and more, Excavator was shopped around to multiple publishers across the country, but it never found a home, until now. Thanks to MegaCat Studios, Retrotainment, and IM8-Bit, Excavator is now playable on a real NES cartridge. If you buy it at im8bit.com, you'll be supporting the Video Game History Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to preserving, celebrating, and teaching the history of video games. Learn more at gamehistory.org.
Okay, actually, that was really cool. So that's our show. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all the developers for bringing their games and sharing them with us today. Thanks for the sponsors and everyone at Day of the Devs who makes this show possible.
Folks, listen up. Day of the Devs needs your help. We're a nonprofit organization supporting indie games from around the world, but it's hard out there for charities these days.
If you enjoy watching showcases like this or attending our events, we encourage you to donate to Day of the Devs.
Or if you're a developer or publisher, think about becoming a sponsor.
Head on over to dayofthedevs.org to find out more and to donate.
Day of the Devs would not exist without the generous support of our sponsors. Without them, literally, Day of the Devs wouldn't be here.
And now we'd like to give a big thank you to our 2025 flagship sponsor, Xsola.
Along with founders Double Fine Productions and IM8-Bit, as well as Annapurna Interactive, Blumhouse Games, Devolver, Idea Xbox, 47 Communications, Kepler Interactive, Panic, PlayStation.
And a very special thanks to Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards for supporting indie devs and giving Day of the Devs a global platform.
We gotta thank our resident beatmaster, Dose One, for providing all the musical interludes and all the effects you're hearing throughout this showcase that aren't the games. It wouldn't be a showcase without him, so thank you, buddy. Go download some of his music, it's awesome.
The show's almost over, but please stick around for a musical performance from People of Note by Iridium Studios.
For information about future events, just go to dayofthedevs.org and find out what we're up to, because we're doing stuff all the time. Careful with that scissors, it's a lot of blood.
Hi, I'm Jason Wishnov, creative director on People of Note. We heard you. The cries were deafening, the world clamoring for a turn-based RPG inspired by the classics, except every so often characters will break out into full musical numbers to help tell the story. Well, clamor no more. Here's a first look at a musical number from the game, in which Cadence, our pop star heroine, is looking to find her own sound and get past the audition phase of the noteworthy song contest. To form her band, she'll need to venture to lands of rock, EDM, and so many more. This is People of Note.
It's gotta be perfect. Winning noteworthy is how I get up there, Saren. How I make it.
I gotta be better. I gotta be better than this. I gotta go get it. I gotta put everything in. I'm treading water instead of getting stronger, and I don't know why. The hours I put in seem they're never enough. I just can't break through, but I can't just give up. I see it right there. I'll make it somehow, I swear. I wanna be under the lights. I wanna be thunder and lightning. I swear that I'll find what I need deep in me to be under the lights. Those people up there, there's no heart in their sound. They follow the blueprint. Guess that's enough for the crowds. They don't deserve their place, but should I learn what they did and be just like them? I can't find what I need. You don't wanna take that shot. I just can't seem to stay on key. I wanna be that they hear when they look up and dream. I wanna be under the lights. Don't need any others beside me. I just need a chance and I'll make them believe. I could be under the lights.
I